verse 26 and 27, supplement to 40 verses on reality, Ulladhu naarpadhu, anubandam, given to us by Sri Ramana Maharshi. விதவிதமாம் நிலைகளெல்லாம் இச்சாரம் செய்து மிச்சேறு பரமவதம் யாதொன்றுண்டோ அதனையே திடமாக அர்த்தார் பற்றி அனவர்தம் உலகில் விளையாடு வீரா. He says, having done enquiry on different states, the states which are contained within the three fundamental states of waking, dreaming and deep sleep. Every time you experience something in waking or when you come out of dream, you do vicharam. What happened? To whom this experience? To whose awareness has this all happened? If you go on doing vicharam like this, the remnant will remain. The remnant is pure consciousness which has destroyed, which has destroyed all vasanas, all body identification. That will remain. He says, hold on to that and play in the world whichever way you want. எது சகலவிதமான தோற்றங்கட்கும் யதார்த்தமாய் அகத்துள்ளதோ அதை அறிந்தாய், அதனால் பார்வையினை அகலாது என்றும் ஆசை போல் விலகில் விளையாடு வீரா. The second portion of the first verse says, எது சகலவிதமான தோற்றங்கட்கும் யதார்த்தமாய் அகத்துள்ளதோ. What is it that is the substratum of all the appearances in the universe? Whatever is the substratum of all the appearances in the universe. எது சகலவிதமான தோற்றங்கட்கும் யதார்த்தமாய் அகத்துள்ளதோ அதை அறிந்தாய். You have known that. அதை அறிந்தாய். அதனால் அப்பார்வையினை அகலாது. And hence, without losing sight of that substratum, without losing sight of that pure consciousness, he says, விதவிதமாம் நிலைகளாம் சாரம் செய்து எது சகலவிதமான தோற்றங்கட்கும் யதார்த்தமாய் அகத்துள்ளதோ அதை அறிந்தாய், அதனால் பார்வையினை அகலாது என்றும் ஆசை போல் விலகில் விளையாடு வீரா. Having realized that, without losing sight of that substratum, he says, play in the world according to your wishes. But before realization, if we play without realization, if we play in the world, we will be caught in karma. Because whatever we do gets transformed into recording, prarabdha karma recording. Actually, it will play out and it will make us take several births. Next verse he says, போலி மனையிலச்சி மகிழ்வுற்றோனாகி போலி மனப்பதைப்பு வெறுப்புற்றோனாகி போலி முயல்வாம் தொடக்கமுற்றோனாகி புறையிலனாய் விலகில் விளையாடு வீரா. In this he says, போலி மனப்பதைப்பு வெறுப்புற்றோனாகி, entertaining fake excitement and happiness, entertaining fake anxiety and hatred, and starting a business with fake interest, any work with fake interest, because a jnani will not have passion for anything. So he says, just have some fake passion and start something new, some enterprise, some work or whatever you do. So போலி மனையிலச்சி மகிழ்வுற்றோனாகி போலி மனப்பதிப்பு வெறுப்புற்றோனாகி போலி முயல்வாம் தொடக்கமுற்றோனாகி புறையிலனாய் உலகில் விளையாடு வீரா. So without any blemish, play in the world whichever way you want, he says. But after enlightenment, that is what we should keep in mind. A condition, a rider is added. Malanum palkattu vidubattonagi, having extricated yourself from the teeth of matter, material, which means having lost all passion towards matter. Supposing you poke your finger into a child's mouth, so it will bite you nicely. We have to pull it out. The same way, pull yourself from the teeth bite of matter, material. Extricate yourself. Malanum palkattu vidubattonagi, having extricated yourself from the teeth bite of matter, desire for matter. Malanum palkattu vidubattonagi, mannu samamagi, having an equal vision of everything. In your eyes, there is nothing great, there is nothing lower, there is nothing big, nothing small, nothing admirable, nothing hateworthy. You just have an equal vision towards all things and all beings in the world. மாலனும் பல்கட்டு விடுபட்டவனாகி மண்ணு சமமாகி எல்லா நிலைமைக்கண்ணும் வேலைகள் வேடத்தையவே வெளியிற் செய்து. According to the role that you have taken up, he says, play that role. Whatever mask you are wearing, if you are wearing the mask of a doctor, do surgery. If you are wearing the mask of an engineer, do your IT work. If you are wearing the mask of a cook, do your cooking, he says. According to the role that you have taken up in this birth, he says, play your role happily. So these two verses having four portions, I think they are longer ones. They all say only one thing: play in your life whichever way you want, but before that, realize your true nature. That is the condition. Because without realizing your true nature, if you play according to your likes and dislikes, you are subject to karma. You will be born again. Karma will torture you. It will push you. It will drive you. It will be in control of you. So that is the thing. But you might ask, after one loses the psychological sense of ego completely, who will be left to perform and play in the world, first of all? Good question, because Ramana Maharshi realized himself, just sat there. But Shankara, after realizing, he walked up and down India, I think 3 times, spreading his knowledge, educating people, and he regulated worship. That depends on the prarabdha karma of a jnani. Sri Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi just sat there 54 years because he has realized that he was the only one thing that ever exists, not as the body, but as Atman. Tanne Urvana Yavan Nerkanban. He saw himself as the only one entity, unmoving, unshaken, unborn, undying. He realized his true nature. And what was that state? It was the state of what is called pure knowledge. Not our knowledge and ignorance, our knowledge of science, our ignorance of languages, no. Pure knowledge. It is called Suddha Chaitanyam. Arivoli Matiramai, he says. It is that form of light, infinite light. Don't imagine physical light. It is the feeling that I am. I am what? I am, that's all. I am not this or that, this person or that person. I am that, I am. I am here, that's all. In the form of knowledge or existence and bliss. In fact, put together, you cannot separate the 3 terms. That is the ultimate state. That is our ultimate state. That is your ultimate state. He says, Nanenum Surpurulamadu Nalume, he says. When you utter the word I, he is asking, do you know the meaning of that word? If I say I, if I mean it to refer to this body, I am wrong. He says, it refers to that. What? Existence, consciousness, bliss. Satchit Anandam. And in fact, with its power, the power of Satchidananda, through its power of Maya, gives rise to this order, this physical order. And that order is subject to natural laws. Body is subject to the law of birth, growth, old age, death. That applies to even all material objects. Even they say the sun will die in 1 billion years or so. Doesn't matter. But it is not permanent. What is permanent is our true nature, your true nature, everybody's true nature. So we are sort of trapped in this game, so to say. Brahman is a cheat, big cheat. Who? You, I. Because our original nature is not this form at all. It is formless infinite, which, on its own awareness screen, it watches a movie called Universe, made of matter. But when you realize your true nature, Shankara says in Anubandam, it will be false. What will be false? This solid material order, the universe, will be a falsehood, a mirage. This is what they are saying. I read again and again all the verses and whatever he has written in Talks book. He says your final state is knowledge. Of what? English, grammar or German, IT? No. Just knowledge. How will it be? It will be as it is. Bhagavan says, unless you get jnanam, you get realization, you cannot understand certain things, he says. So, there is no point in trying to understand it beyond a point intellectually. We need to work towards destroying our ego. Agandhi undayin anitham undagum, he says. When ego rises, everything rises. When ego disappears, everything disappears. And hence he says, if you want to give up your attachment to this body, this world, you cannot give it up, he says. Then what should be done? He says, seek the source of I thought, which brings all matter to your awareness. Because all the images are stored in the form of thoughts, and thoughts keep popping up. If you look to the source of the I thought, which is the birthplace of all the thoughts, he says that thought, I thought, I am, this body thought will topple down, and there he says Atma will shine forth infinitely. That is the final conclusion. So what is our ultimate state? Our ultimate state is infinite existence, infinite consciousness, or knowledge, or awareness, and infinite bliss. And till we attain to this state, we will be subject to birth and rebirth. That is the conclusion. So what is the method? Vicharam. Vicharam is what? Who am I? Whenever we get a thought, we should ask, instead of entertaining thoughts, who am I? To whom is this thought? We'll get an answer, to me. Who is that me? Who is that I? Which is the birthplace of that I? Who is giving birth to this thought? Who is giving birth to this I thought? Which is the place? We need to seek within. As if a deep sea diver dives in and looks for pearls, we need to look for the place at which the I thought rises. And when you keep your attention on the place at which I thought rises, it will topple down and Atma will shine forth. But one caution, it is a slow process. Bhagavan himself has said, effort is necessary up to the state of realization, but progress will be slow. So let us continue with the chart.